Happy Easter! My name is Pastor Josh and I'd like to welcome you to Easter Jam. Now, Easter Jam is a fun family activity. So I don't know who's sitting around the couch or maybe watching the TV with you, but if there's someone in your home that's not sitting with you, what I want you to do is I want you to go find them and invite them to come to Easter Jam right now. So, hey, pause the video and go and find everyone in your family and invite them to come and join you with Easter Jam. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Easter, a time for fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies. And then there are the weird parts of Easter, like fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies, which is interesting. But what does all this stuff have to do with Easter? And if this holiday is about more than candy and wearing uncomfortable clothes to church and lunch with your relatives, what makes Easter happy?
All right, hear me out. There are two types of people in this world. There are people that love Peeps, and there are people that can't stand Peeps. Now, which one are you? You know, if you're a Peep lover, you know, give us a thumbs up. But if you don't like Peeps, give us a thumbs down. And look around in the room. Who loves Peeps in your home? I know for me, it's a thumbs down. I don't like Peeps. They're kind of weird looking to me, and they kind of taste grainy to me, and they're really sweet. I shouldn't really have those, but some people love them. And this is what we're gonna do. If you have Peeps, we're gonna do Peep jousting. That's right, Peep jousting. Now to do this, you need a couple Peeps, and you need some toothpicks, or you need something small, like a toothpick, or how about a toothpick? That's right, that's what we need. We need a toothpick. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna divide your family up into teams, and it'd be awesome if you had different colors, but if not, that's okay. And open up your package, and each team will get a Peep. And what you do is you take the Peep and get a Sharpie, and you're gonna draw it like it's a warrior or a soldier. And you can draw a little helmet on it, and you can draw a little like mustache on it. You can even name your Peep if you want to. And then you take that toothpick and you give him a sword. So stick it like he's in his arm or in his hand, and you give him a sword. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your Peep versus the Peep of somebody else in your family, and you're gonna put them on a plate, and you're gonna stick them in the microwave. That's right, the microwave. You're gonna turn the microwave on for about 30 seconds, and the Peeps are gonna kind of expand and melt, and what's gonna happen is the first Peep that gets touched by the toothpick loses. So if you get touched by the toothpick, you're out. You killed your Peep. That's right, so we're gonna do Peep jousting. The instructions, hey man, maybe I didn't do a really good job. If you're still confused, just YouTube Peep jousting. There's all kinds of videos. It's a lot of fun, and we're just gonna invite you to pause the video right now and get the Peeps and draw them, give them little short swords and shields and mustaches and helmets and whatever you wanna do, and stick them in the microwave. Now, hey, you can't put anything metal in the microwave, or you have fireworks going on. I'm just kidding, we don't wanna do that. But if you're confused, again, go to YouTube, you'll find some videos. Happy jousting, Peeps. Hey, how'd you do with your Peep jousting? I was pretty terrible at it. Jake, he killed me. He killed my Peep. So listen, hey, I hope that was a lot of fun, and if you took pictures, be sure to post them on our Park Kids Facebook page so we can follow along and see your Peep jousting battles. Hey, we got another game for you, so this is what you're gonna need to do. You need to go find a bunch of socks. Just get a whole bunch of socks. They can be mismatched or whatever. Just get a bunch of socks, and you need 2 baskets. So you need a bunch of socks and 2 baskets. All right, pause the video and go get your supplies for the next game. So do you have your basket and your socks? I hope you do. This is what we're going to do. You're going to take your pile of socks and you're going to dump them in a corner or a side of your room, wherever you're watching this, and then you're going to take your empty basket and you're going to stick it somewhere else in the room. And make it challenging for the age group, maybe a little farther away if you're a little older, but maybe a little closer for the young guys. And what we're going to do is when we say go, you have to go and match the socks, or just come up with a qualifier to put them together. Take 2 socks, put them in a ball, roll them together, and you got to throw them into the basket. Now you're going to have 60 seconds to do this. We're going to put down the countdown timer on the screen here so that you can play 60 seconds, the Easter egg throwdown. Now keep score and have some fun with it and have a great time. Here we go. All right, families, who won the Easter egg throwdown? It wasn't me. Jake's 2 for 2. Hey, maybe the winner should get some peeps if you have any left. And maybe the loser has to put the socks away, maybe? I don't know. But hey, listen, I know that Easter is such a time when we think about our family and our friends. I don't know about you, but we would always get together with our friends, Brett and Jessica and Joey and Jenna on Easter. That's what we would do on Easter every Sunday for a number of years. And we don't get to do that this year with them. And we miss them. And I'm sure that you have people that you miss spending Easter with. And so we have a few options for you that we're going to put up on the screen here of ways that you can reach out to your family and friends. So when the screen pops up, we're just going to invite you to pause the video and look at the options and maybe engage in one of the options here before we get into our story. Sound good? How was it reaching out to your family and friends? It was great for us. But it's kind of sad that we don't get to visit with them. But Easter is such a happy holiday. Easter is such a happy day. It's the day that we celebrate Jesus rising from the dead. That's right, Jesus rose from the dead. And it is such a simple story that we can even tell it with laundry. I hope you enjoy the story.
In the beginning, God created everything. He formed people in His very own image. But then, we turned away from God. Sin entered the world, like a dark stain. Still, God loved us so deeply that He made a plan to rescue us. At just the right moment, God sent His very own Son, Jesus, to live among us. Jesus healed hearts and minds and bodies. Thousands gathered to hear Him teach. Instead of giving lots of new rules, Jesus turned things upside down by making it simple. Love God, love others. After 3 years of traveling and teaching, Jesus and His disciples entered Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast. Huge crowds gathered to welcome Him. But while the crowds cheered for Jesus, the religious leaders made plans to arrest Him. He was turning their world upside down, and they wanted Him gone. As Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with His friends, He told them that He would be leaving, but would return. His friends didn't understand. That night, one of Jesus' followers, Judas, led soldiers to arrest him. The religious leaders gave Jesus a fake trial and then sent him to Pilate, the Roman governor, who could have him killed. Pilate found Jesus had broken no law and tried to release him. But a mob called for Jesus to be killed. Pilate gave in and handed Jesus over to the Roman soldiers. Jesus was forced to carry the heavy beams of his own wooden cross. On a hill called Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the rough wood. The soldiers and people who passed by laughed and mocked him. But from the cross, Jesus asked God to forgive them. Finally, Jesus called out, "It is finished." Then he died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. Even the soldiers cried, "Surely he was the Son of God." One of Jesus' followers took his body and placed it in a tomb cut from the rock. A huge stone blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends were devastated. They had believed that Jesus was the one God promised, the one who would rescue them, but now he was gone. Their whole world had turned upside down. Jesus' friends stayed hidden in fear for 3 days. But early Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, a close friend of Jesus, hurried to the tomb. She planned to anoint Jesus' body with special spices. As Mary neared the tomb, she saw the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty. Mary turned to see a man standing near. She didn't recognize him until he said, "Mary." It was Jesus, alive. Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. Instead, go to those who believe in me." Jesus, God's Son, became like us to lay down his life. Through God's power, he defeated death for all of us, and sin was washed away. One day, he's promised to return, so we can live with him forever.
Wow, I hear that story of Easter every year, and it still amazes me. I mean, God sent Jesus, his son, to a broken world. And it reminds me that he is greater than anything that can go wrong in this world. It just reminds me that the simple fact that Jesus is proof that I can face anything bad that may come my way. And you know what? I can do this because Jesus is alive. And because Jesus is alive, I can have hope. And I can be brave because Jesus is alive. Or I can face my fears because Jesus is alive. And you know what? You can do that. You can do that too. And you might have a different answer of a way that you can live your life because Jesus is alive. And so what does it mean for you that Jesus is alive? So this is where I'm going to ask you to fill in the blank, that I can be blank because Jesus is alive. We're going to give you a second to think about it and then maybe answer it with your family. Pause the video and answer that question with your family. I can be blank because Jesus is alive. I'll see you in a second. Hey, welcome back. I hope you had a great conversation. We did. And I love those conversations about what God has done in the past. And it gives me hope for times that might be scary in the future, that we can face them because Jesus is alive. And you know, I hope today you're making happy memories. And we have just one final activity for you to make a happy memory on Easter 2020. This is what we want you to do. Find the most tech-savvy person in your family. Who is it? Maybe it's the youngest person in the family, but this is what we want you to do. We want you to go outside Just, if you're in your pajamas, even better, or just go outside as a family and take a big selfie as a family with you smiling and loving on each other. And then we want you to post that on the Park Kids page. Find Park Kids at Meadow Park Church and post your family selfie on Easter Sunday on our Facebook page. We want to celebrate Easter with you. And to close out, we have a time of worship that you can come back and listen to again. And I hope that you're going to join us tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock and 10:30 in the morning for our Easter worship services online. You'll find all the information at meadowpark.org. Hey, it was awesome to spend the day with you today. It was awesome to have a time of Easter jam with your family, and we were jamming out on Easter here, and we just wish you the happiest Easter as a family. We love you, and we'll see you tomorrow at church. See you, everybody.
Death is beating, you have rescued me. Sing it out, Jesus is alive. The empty cross, the empty grave, life eternal, you have won the day. Shout it out, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same. Forever I'm changed. I'll never be the same. When I stand in that place, realize meeting face to face, I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. In this joy, perfect peace, earthly pain finally will cease. Celebrate